Welcome, my back is broken, Jack.
Welcome, my back is broken.
Yeah. Break the bat.
Yeah, I feel like that's how I've been the past couple of days. Is just Christian Bale in The Dark Knight Rises, and then
what did he say? He goes like, "I wondered what would break first, your spirit or your body."
Or your body.
Ah, yes. I was wondering what would break first. Your spirit or your body.
And then it's gonna me going back to work is gonna be me climbing the rope.
Yeah.
Like making
Just,
I'm gonna
whatever the fuck they say.
Basha.
Oh yeah. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the RBS Cinema Podcast.
I know kung fu.
Show me.
This is Sparta!
I'm thinking I'm back.
Why so serious?
Avengers!
Assemble.
I'm Batman. You better lawyer up, asshole. Because I'm not coming back for 30%. I'm coming back for everything.
I'll be back.
You shall not pass!
RBS.
Lovely.
Welcome, everybody, to RBS Cinema. This week's episode, we are talking about The Fall Guy. Ryan Gosling joint. So we were originally going to talk about Disclosure Day, but because of the fact that it was going to be $20 to rent, what are we doing?
Yeah, we're not too big into getting scammed by the digital media procurement.
Yeah, because normally what would happen is that for a movie like that, who's Emily Blunt is also in that movie and this movie that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that, you can rent it for $20 or you can buy it for $5 more for $25. So, and it's just like, nah, dude, I don't want to do that. So
Yeah, and we all know it's gonna come out on HBO or it's gonna come out on a streaming service of sometime soon.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Because it's what's the production studio that did it? Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't.
Okay.
I mean, I can look it up.
Because if it's MGM, it's gonna come out on Amazon. If it's Universal, it might come out on Netflix or Hulu. Well,
I don't think it'll come out on Netflix.
If it's by Fox, then it's gonna come out on Hulu or Disney Plus.
Yeah. Because let's see. Let me take a look here. By the way, we didn't introduce ourselves last week, so I'm your host, Devin. With me as always is co-host Jack.
I'm still Jack.
My back is broken, Jack.
Yeah, with my back broken.
So we made this joke before we started of being like, oh yeah, it'll be like Batman from The Dark Knight Rises.
Yes,
What would I wondered what would break first, your spirit or your body?
Ah, yes. I was wondering what would break first. Your spirit or your body.
Yes, I am Christian Bale in the
Dark Knight.
The whole prison in Dark Knight Rises, and in order to I gotta do a lot of push-ups, and I gotta have my back broken again. They gotta lift me up by the rope, and then straighten out my back, and then I can make the jump, and then climb out.
Yeah. All right, I finally got the information. It's Amblin Entertainment and Universal Pictures. The reason why it's Amblin is because it's directed by Steven Spielberg.
Right. So it could realistically come out on any streaming services, but Devin and I were not overly interested in renting a movie for $20. I'll rent a movie if it's at most if it's $5.
Well, because the most that I will rent a movie, especially in this case with this, would be 15. I'm fine with renting it for 15 because then you could go to the theater for 10.
Yeah,
so,
you're renting it is the equivalent of buying to a movie theater at a really fancy movie theater.
Yeah, like the Alamo or something.
The Alamo,
because also it ends up what tends to happen 9 times out of 10 is that the movie will be rentable on digital for $12 or $13.
Yeah.
So that's pushing it, but not for $20 just to watch it the one time and just going like, yo, so we're going to talk about this, especially on here.
And
so
like,
I can't even imagine the people that will go on their digital platform, either Fandango, Apple, whatever the case is, or YouTube, or like Amazon, whatever, and they're like, yeah, sure, I'll rent this for $20 and watch it for a few days and then get done with it. It's like, at that point, you might as well just go and buy it for, $30 on 4K and get the 4K, Blu-ray, and the digital code.
And why that's a bad idea, again, is because you know that later on it's just going to come out on whatever streaming services you're probably subscribed to anyway, which you're already paying like $20 a month to watch anyway, so you're going to pay another $20 just to be able to rent a movie to watch it. Like, what if you liked it?
Right.
What if you wanted to buy it? Well, a lot of these streaming services don't have rent to own.
Right.
You can't just like change your mind and those like, actually I want to pay $5 more to buy it,
Nope, too bad. You got to pay an extra $25 on top of the 20 that you already gave us.
Exactly. So
because like I really wish that some, or if not all, of the streaming services that you were able to actually like rent and buy movies on digital platforms, just to be like, hey, did you like this movie? For $5 more, you can just own it.
Exactly.
Like,
right.
I always thought that was the platform, but, like, they got to make their bag somehow of just being like, you know what? Give us $20, you can rent it. Oh, you want to buy it because you liked it so much? Well, guess what? Now you're going to give us an additional $25.
No,
so that's a $45 movie. And again, at that point, you might as well just go to Walmart or go online and buy it on physical for $30 on 4K, and then you get all of the platforms.
No movie, I can tell you, no movie is that good that you would want to make that deal. Because if a movie is like you're kind of on the fence about, you're going to pay $20 to buy it anyway. But if even the movie is really, really good, you're not going to like rent it because you're scared of paying the $25. You might as well just pay the $25 anyway if you really think you're going to buy it before you even watch it, which is a kind of weird decision anyway.
Yeah.
Then you're still giving them more money.
Right.
You basically ended up giving them $20+ regardless of what option that you choose if you want to watch a movie like that comes out right on streaming.
Yeah.
But it's only available to purchase. Like, just don't do it. Just wait a couple months, unless it's like the movie that everybody's talking about. It's like the summer blockbuster,
And I highly doubt the Disclosure Day is the summer blockbuster anyway, because like I didn't hear too many people talking about this anyway.
No,
so it's the fact that it's Steven Spielberg. He hasn't come out with a movie in like however long, and it's just like, okay. And again, it's another alien movie by Steven Spielberg, because that's all that he ever makes is alien movies.
If you really wanted to go see it, you should have gone to go see it in theaters. Because now you're
at least that way you would have actually saved money, like excluding from buying popcorn, snacks, all that bunch of stuff, because that's a whole separate thing. But going to the theater, especially around like a matinee, it's like $10. Just to go in. Hey, I'd like one ticket to go see bullshit. Here's my $10. Great, I'm in theater 5. Fuck you, and then sit down and watch it for 2.5 hours.
Like going to the movie theaters nowadays, like with the ticket and like all the concessions that you want to buy it. Typically, if you just want to like buy a drink and a large popcorn, it's like $20 plus the ticket plus whatever thing you want to buy. It's like between like a cheaper visit is like between $30 and $40, but a more expensive one is like more in the $40-$50 range.
Yeah, I was gonna say closer to like $60.
I mean, that's what I spent on when we went to go see Brand New Day.
Yeah.
So
which we'll get to here.
Yeah, we'll get to it in a little bit. Let's actually get into the actual show.
Yeah, let's get into the actual show here. So yeah.
Long story short, we ended up watching The Fall Guy instead of Disclosure Day for this episode, and I'm kind of glad we did because
probably had a more enjoyable time watching this than Disclosure Day.
I mean, I'm sure it would be good, but like this is a good choice by me.
I feel like that I probably would have said to skip Disclosure Day, like. Just looking at the trailer by itself, like, okay, like it has a pretty interesting story, like the production value looks really good. It's directed by Steven Spielberg, so of course critically acclaimed. It's got Emily Blunt in it. It's got some other random guy that I've seen before in another movie that I don't remember off the top of my head that came out recently. But it would have been like, oh, like I liked it enough, but I really wouldn't watch this again.
Right.
So I personally would have said that it was a skip, because like you don't watch trailers, so I don't know how you would have felt by it. So
I mean, I think I have seen like a snippet of a trailer or a teaser for it, but I hardly
kind of like a
remember
small clip of it.
I hardly
something.
remember what it was about.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've completely forgotten about it. So.
Right. So
Which is actually better in my case, but
yeah.
Anywho.
But enough about that boring bullshit movie. So yeah, we're talking about the Fall Guy. So we'll get on to watch list here, and then we'll talk more specifically about the movie. And for those of you that are watching us, really appreciate you being here. Kicking off to this here real quick. So I want to thank you all so much for watching, listening, tuning in, and how you guys are doing it. Really appreciate you being here. You guys can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and on Apple Podcasts. Be sure to review us and all that good stuff. Give us 5 stars, give us thumbs up, all that cool, good stuff that we require. What did you guys think about the Fall Guy? Let us know in the comments as well. And be sure to share this around. We're actually got 2 new subscribers on the YouTube channel.
Nice.
We're at 46 people. So keep it up. Again, I want to actually get 4 more people to be 50 on YouTube. Do that. Share the word. Really appreciate you doing that as well. I've been doing my best ditch effort to try to come up with new stuff. And, if you guys follow us on Instagram and on TikTok, as well as like on the YouTube channel as well, because you can see our shorts on there, I actually uploaded a mini review, which I dubbed as Devin's mini review for The Furious. So, which was actually a really good time. So I actually have that on digital. So Jack, if you wanted to watch that, you can. It's actually a really good time. And, a couple minutes, just talking about that for a quick second. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and kick off watch list real quick. I don't have too many things to talk about. I only have like 2.
All right.
So,
I'll go
you've had like a week off. So.
Yeah. So for context, like I injured my back earlier this week, so I missed basically a whole week of work. So I had a lot of opportunity to watch a lot of movies while I was stuck at home, like sitting on the couch with a heating pad and like guzzling down like a couple like pills a day for my back pain. First things first, me and Devin went to go see Brand New Day in theaters.
Yeah, my second time, his first time.
Yeah.
And it's a great second time anyway.
So we watched that. Not much to say about it. I thought it was okay. Devin.
I loved it because for one, not that I just love the MCU. It's not that. It's the fact that I just like love Spider-Man too. So that's the other thing. It's not like that I have rose tinted glasses on.
Alfred Molina was great as Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, like they brought him back. They brought back Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin. They also brought back the other 2 from Lizard and Electro.
You missed my joke. You said you like Spider-Man 2, and I was like, oh yeah, Alfred Molina was great. So
yeah, I like Spider-Man 2.
Also, like that was No Way Home. Which
yeah.
is actually the second movie that I have on my watch list. So I watched that because
to prepare for Brand New Day.
So I did my homework basically.
Yeah.
And then I watched Homecoming again, and so I didn't watch.
I need to go back and actually rewatch those because I often forget how young Tom Holland looks in those movies because like he was around like his early 20s when he started, and now he's 30 years old.
Now he's 30.
So I am older than Tom Holland, and he is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I am a piece of shit schlub over here. So.
And then next on my watch list, I watched crap. I forget. Give me a second here.
See, and this is the reason why I write down what I watch.
Yeah. No, I just I had it.
Because you watch the Spider-Man movies.
Oh, yeah. Next on my watch list, I had American Sniper.
Okay.
Because it was on Netflix, and...
I did see a clip. I see bits and pieces, because, like, especially on social media, like Instagram or TikTok, where people will just upload clips of movies onto there. And that's how I watch not how I watch, but, like, how I get interested in watching a lot of movies, because it's just like, oh, this actually looks really interesting. Yeah. Like American Sniper. And I remember seeing this clip when they're, where is it? Like that they're in Iraq?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So, yeah, they're at somebody's house and like they're all eating food, right? They're all like basically having dinner.
Yeah.
And so, who is it? Cooper.
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper. He's walking through the house. He's looking around, and he finds, what was it, like guns or something?
Yeah, he finds a hidden stash of weapons. And
then he goes like, "Hey, we got to go."
No, he like because they're trying to get into like this hideout, and turns out the guy that's like they basically break into his house and they like interrogate him, just like, hey, do you have any weapons? What are you still doing here? You're a military age male. And then he finds out like, oh yeah, you're actually part of the Mujahideen.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So American Sniper, really a slow burn. The first time I watched it, it was like, I watched it like a long time ago. This is my third time watching it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't finish it because I was like, this is taking a while. It's like kind of a slow going.
It's like
movie,
I'll put it on in the background up until something happens.
Kind of, sort of, but like I actually did. I really enjoyed it. And then the last one it's not like it's. I'm gonna watch it today.
Yeah.
So, but I want to mention right now, I'm gonna watch it at the end of Oak Street.
Yeah.
Watch it with Annie.
Yeah.
And I've heard some really good things about it with Ewan McGregor.
Yeah. The thing I wanted to talk about with American Sniper is that I remember the backlash that it was getting because of the baby that they had in the movie. Do you remember this?
Oh yeah.
So it's like such a fake baby that like it's a baby doll, and Bradley Cooper, you could just see his finger like moving with the hand. So he's basically just like rhythmically like just moving the hand around with his finger while he's holding it.
Oh, people were weird.
Well, and it's also the same thing for like Twilight, right? Like that baby was grotesque.
I've never seen Twilight.
Oh my gosh. Just watch that. Just bring up like Twilight baby on YouTube and that'll be the thing. So
anyway, that's my watch list. So
all right, cool. Yeah, because you'll have to let me know how End of Oak Street is.
Yeah.
Because that actually looks really interesting.
People were saying that it's like the best dinosaur movie since
Jurassic Park.
I
believe it.
I've seen many people say that. So
yeah, I believe it.
I'm excited, and hopefully it lives up to Annie's expectations because she loves Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So.
All right. We'll kick off with my watch list. And for me, I watched... I'll start off with say that I watched Dodgeball.
Oh, yeah, because
So
I remind you about that.
Yeah. Because like we were on our way to the theater and you were talking about, I've never seen Dodgeball before. And then on the way there, before we even hit the interstate, I go on Fandango and I remember that was on sale. I'm like, hey, look at that. I could buy the unrated version for $5. Buy immediately in my library now on digital. And then
did you watch that same day?
No,
okay.
No, I watched it last night.
Okay.
No, it was funny because then we sat down in the theater. We're waiting for the trailers to start and everything. And I go like, oh, by the way, I watched Dodgeball. Or I bought Dodgeball. And you're all like, you didn't have to do that. I said, it was $5 and I love it. So
okay,
it doesn't matter.
All right.
Because we made the joke on the way there of going like, oh, it's a bold move or it's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Yeah.
So
that's the one thing I know is like explicitly from Dodgeball is that one quote. So
right, and just the way that Ben Stiller acts in that movie is so funny too because he's trying to like hit up the main girl of the movie, and so she smacks his face into the wall at her house, and Vince Vaughn shows up and he goes like, hey, I think she told you to leave, buddy. Like, go ahead and kick rocks. And he's all like, you know what? It's over between us. He was like, nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody. And he just like gets on a moped scooter, and then he just like gets on and he just flips him off. It's really funny. But yeah, Dodgeball is great. There's like a few things that I always reference. It's all like, oh, the 5 Ds to Dodgeball: dip, dodge. It's dodge, dip, dive, duck, and dodge.
Just remember the 5 Ds of Dodgeball: dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Yeah.
So, and then the other one is like, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. And then immediately throws it at Justin Law and smacks him right in the face. I laughed so hard with that last night. Oh my gosh. He's just rolling around on the ground going, ah. It's so funny.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
What?
And then like I've been so like while I've been rolling around on the forklift at work, I've been thinking about like, man, I can't wait for the fall because then I'm just gonna do nothing besides watch horror movies. And I was all like, you know what? I'm gonna scratch this itch real quick. So I decided to watch Return to Silent Hill.
Okay.
So it's the 3rd movie in the Silent Hill franchise, and it's not specifically a sequel of any kind. I think that the first one and then Revelations was the direct sequel from that. I could be wrong. I think that they're just like all 3 of them are their own separate storylines, because Revelations is pretty much, I think if I remember correctly, but I think it's supposed to be from Silent Hill 2. So because in the first movie it's from the girl's perspective, and I know that's not how it is in the game. I never really played Silent Hill, so I don't know. And then in the second one, it's based off of the husband's perspective of him going to Silent Hill and then trying to find her, but like, spoiler alert, she dies in the first movie.
Okay.
And that's the reason why she's in Silent Hill in the first place. And like, he even goes to Silent Hill at the end of that movie and goes like, where are they? And so she's like right in front of him. Oh no, she goes back home, and then he's like trying to figure out where she's at. And then so she goes like, I'm right here. And like, he can't see her because she's dead. So she's a spirit. And then he goes to Silent Hill. I think that's where Revelations takes off, is him go to Silent Hill and trying to find her and stuff. So, but this Return to Silent Hill is pretty much kind of like the same formula. He, the main guy, the main antagonist, I don't think it's the characters from any of the games, if I remember correctly. So I don't know. I didn't give a shit about like, oh, like it's this character, it's that character. Again, I never played the game, so I don't care. But movie is a little bit about him. He got together with a girl that was from Silent Hill. She was going to go to the city. He ends up discovering how beautiful Silent Hill is. And this is before it all turns to shit, right?
Right.
Like, there's spooky spirits that come out, and like, you know, oh my gosh, the whole town turns upside down and now it's like a demon hellscape. So they end up going there, staying there, and then comes to find out that she's basically like in a cult, that everybody is basically raising her up to being like a sacrificial lamb type character, and she ends up getting sick and dying, and then he leaves and goes out of town to the main town, actually, and towards civilization, if you will. And he's like on a bender, and then like he gets a letter from her saying like, hey, come back. And then all the wacky hijinks happen to where like, oh, it's a hellscape and all this bunch of crazy shit's happening, and where is everybody? And like, oh my god, it's ash from the furnaces that are burning from the people, and all this bunch of stuff. So it's not snow, it's ash from the people. So, but yeah, I thought it was okay. It's nothing to write home about. It's free on Hulu if you got a Hulu subscription, so you can watch it on there. So, but yeah, that's about it. Other than Brand New Day, watching that again. So pretty quick and easy list here. So,
okay.
All right, are we ready to talk about the Fall Guy?
The Fall Guy.
All right.
It's specifically the Fall Guy, and I thought it was just like Fall Guy, but then no, I'm thinking of Free Guy.
Yeah.
You know,
with Ryan Reynolds, another Ryan. So, but all right, I'm gonna turn on my TV here for our video watchers. Even though you really can't see it, I try to get it as many times as I can. It's just too bright because of the cameras, or not the camera. Yeah, the camera. It's lit up too much. So, but you know, that doesn't matter. It's more for Jack's own thing because he can't see my laptop here. So let's go ahead and get into the Fall Guy. So Fall Guy is about a stuntman fresh off an almost career-ending accident, has to crack down a missing movie star, solve a conspiracy, and try to win back the love of his life while still doing his day job. Would you agree with that, Jack?
yes.
All right. So it's directed by David Leitch, not to be confused with David Lynch, and writers Glenn A. Larson and Drew Pierce.
What else did David Leitch do? That name sound familiar when I first saw it.
It does kind of sound familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look. So he did Bullet Train. That's why.
Please, mister. This man, he kidnapped me and he said that he's going to hold me for ransom.
I'm sorry, I get captivated by white girl tears. Bravo.
So he directed Bullet Train, Atomic Blonde, which is actually also really good. He
was a
also
producer.
directed Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw.
And looks like he's a producer on John Wick. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, even for John Wick to, like, not to dive deep into this and fucking derail this whole thing and talk about John Wick. So John Wick had a shit ton of producers, because I still need to watch the John like Wick is Pain documentary.
Right.
Because it talks a lot about like the production for that movie, and they got a shit ton of producers because everybody went in with this movie going like, well, they couldn't actually make this a thing up until like this one female movie producer, I can't remember her name, but like she made the majority of the movie money for it, like the production money for it, and she goes like, oh yeah, like I really believe in this, so go for it. And that's what kicked off with that whole thing with
yeah, but notice how he's a producer PGA. That
Yeah.
means like he's an actual producer, not
Right.
he didn't just get like a producer credit.
well, yeah. I
Because
know.
they even make a joke about that in this film.
Yeah.
Like there's like it's the lady who's walking the dogs and like who like helps who gets kidnapped.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, listen, I'll help you out, but I want a producer credit on Maelstrom.
Yeah.
It's like, oh come on, man.
Right.
I
So
think that's pretty funny.
oh yeah, like they throw in a lot of behind the scenes, like actual real world application for the production of movies and stuff like that, because he's a stunt man. So let's see, got a few people here for the cast. So we got Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Anna Waddingham, Teresa Palma, who plays Iggy Star. I'm trying to remember who Iggy is.
That's Tom Ryder's girlfriend.
Oh yeah, that's
And she
right.
plays as Aliena in Maelstrom.
Yeah. And Steph. Oh yeah, because she's at Tom Ryder's house with the sword.
And she tries to kill
Ryan Gosling. Yeah,
Ryan
that's
Gosling.
right. Stephanie Sue, who plays as Alma, who was the one that got kidnapped.
Yes,
So,
yes.
And then Winston Duke is Dan Tucker. So, just to name a few people here, not going down the huge list of people.
Yeah.
So,
Winston Duke, Mr.
M'Baku.
Great Gorilla.
Yeah.
Who I said that name when we were talking about Black Panther and
We
Devin-
were on
Devin
our way
was-
back, and Jack was gonna drop me back off here at home, and then he goes like, "Yeah, like Gray Gorilla," and I'm like, "Who?" And he goes like, "The guy from Black Panther." I said, "Oh, you mean M'Baku?" And he goes like, "Yeah, same guy." I was like, "Well, yeah, I know it's the same guy, but I forgot like that was his name was Gray Gorilla in the comics, because they didn't call him they didn't call him M'Baku in the comics. They just call him Gray Gorilla because he's a supervillain."
Yeah.
So, but in the movie, they can't just call him Gray Gorilla because he'd be wearing the mask and he would look more like a gorilla.
They say it twice.
So, yeah.
In the film.
Mm-hmm. So, but I only got one tagline, which is "Fall Hard," which is right here.
Yep. Okay.
So, and that's about it. So now we'll get more in depth into the conversation of the movie here.
So right off the bat, like you could tell that this movie was PG-13.
Oh yeah.
But like this is another good example of like a PG-13 movie that's done really really well and doesn't like detract from it due to its rating.
Yeah, and then, like they also don't just throw in a bunch of curse words just for the hell of it.
Like
either.
I feel like this movie would have been worse if they tried to go for the R rating. Like,
Yeah,
you know, like
well, especially for a fun movie like this, like a fun summer movie blockbuster. I don't really think that it would have gone for a rated R release. So just because it's Ryan Gosling, it's Emily Blunt, and they want to like basically still have that image of we're pretty much in for like family movies, because like Emily Blunt was in Jungle Cruise.
Oh yeah.
And she was in I think she might have been in another rock slot movie, right? I can't remember. Which I actually did kind of like Jungle Cruise. It was actually pretty good. But yeah, it was like for a while there that they were like partnered together in a bunch of movies.
Like this movie, like I was not expecting I went to this movie like almost blind. I knew that like it had Ryan Gosling in it. It was about him being a stuntman. That's pretty much all I knew about it.
And this movie is also a love letter to stunt people. Because that is what this whole thing was. Because I remember it was either the Golden Globes or the Oscars, but Ryan Gosling that year was announcing a movie, and they had a stuntman that looked just like him jump off of like these top rafters that are off to the side of the stage, and so like fall into the stage and land, and land, roll, whatever, and then like he came out and he goes like, stunt people don't get enough recognition. And it was this year for 2024, or I think it was for 2024, before like either the Golden Globes or the Oscars started, that they came up with this whole idea that he gave a shout out to the stunt people. Because I also like looked it up to see if he did most of his own stunts in this movie. He did like 2, or he did like a handful of them. The more dangerous ones he didn't do, because of course like it was too dangerous. So the one where in the beginning when he's where they got to do that stunt again where he's falling down backwards because like, oh, you're showing too much face, so we got to redo the stunt. And like, learn your place, stuntman, like that type of thing, where he did that himself, where he was on the rig and he fell backwards. And then the other one was when he's sliding on the bridge with the shovel.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
towards the middle of the movie. So.
And did you see that, like, there was, like, I noticed there's a little bit of trivia there before you turn off the screen that Ryan Gosling has a fear of heights.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah. And
But-
they said that, like, he did that 150-foot fall even though he's afraid of heights.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
honestly.
Because, like, that to me is showing dedication to the specific person that you are personifying as. So, in this case, Ryan Gosling is personifying as a stuntman.
Yeah.
So, and that's what the stuntman gets paid to do, is to do the dangerous stunts.
And like, to go on what you said about this being a love letter to, like, the people who do the sets and, like, the stunt people and, like, all the people who behind the scenes who make the movie happen.
Yeah.
That they literally had a behind the scenes, like, sort of thing scroll during the credits. I love that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought that was also really cool that they showed the actual stunts that went into it, and like showing him with his stunt double and like them talking and interacting, going like, okay, like this is what's going to happen, all this bunch of stuff.
Yeah, because like people think that's really interesting. I think if you showed like more of that in films about like people showing how behind the scenes stuff, like I think that like people would enjoy that, and I especially love it during credit sequences where you give the audience something to look at that's not just the credits or like the background of the credits.
Right.
Marvel does like a bad job of this, I feel like, where like the credits
Yeah,
are,
it's just the credits, and then like nobody pays attention to the credits unless like they're a genuine film critic.
Yeah,
or anything like that, or like they just really care that much about like, oh, who was in the second unit of the movie, and it's just like 99% of the demographic does not care, especially in a Marvel movie. They just want to see what happens next at the end of the credits. That's it.
They just want to see the end credit scenes. They look over with glazed eyes, but
or they scroll on their phone.
They
and
did
they're like,
it really,
oh, what's this?
They did it really clever by like there was a fade to black, then you jump to the credits, but now like here's all the behind the scenes footage going alongside the credits. So
yeah,
now the audience has something to look at, and then when the post credit scene shows up, then it's like it cuts right into it, and you're still looking at stuff.
Yeah.
As opposed to just like, okay, we're looking at credits, and it's like, okay, maybe there's a cool background somewhere, like there's a reference to something that happened in the movie,
right,
next to the actor's name. Okay, cool. When's the post credit scene?
Yeah.
But here it's like now you're looking at something the whole time that's really cool to look at, and then the post credit scene is like, oh, that's cool, that's great.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's kind of like in like some comedies back in the early 2000s, like the early aughts, where they would show bloopers.
Yeah,
like because we talked about this for Talladega Nights, that like they showed the blooper reels at the end as like kind of like a fun and like while the credits scroll thing.
People want to see it. People want to see like the people making the movie having a good time while they're doing it, and they want to know. Like they want to get a little bit of insight as to like how this sort of happened,
Yeah, because
while
like
they're still watching the movie.
Yeah, I always find that stuff to be really interesting, and that's why I love movies themselves, is because like the production, how it came about, what they did, all this bunch of stuff, especially for a lot of like really cool stuff that happens besides like the CGI slop of like the Marvel movies and stuff. Because like a lot of people, they talk about, oh well, they're just on a green screen, so it doesn't matter. It's all like, yeah, like I get that, but it's still pretty interesting of how they go about doing this, because like it's not just like actor shows up on set and then they start doing dialogue and then all this bunch of stuff happens, but it's more specifically of the fact of being like, no, like they also have an input on what they would say in the moment, kind of like towards the end of the movie when Ryder, he's in the car, and Emily Blunt goes like, okay, so you're gonna have this guy that comes up on your left, you're gonna shoot him, and then the guy jumps on the car and then you shoot him, and then he goes like, well, what if I do this, like guy jumps on car, bang bang, and then I scroll over to this guy on the left and I shoot him, bang bang, and I go like, oh well, killing aliens before I was getting paid to.
I was shooting aliens way before I was paid to.
And it's just like, yeah, great, awesome. And she doesn't care what he has to say because they're just trying to entrap him to basically say that, oh yeah, Tom Ryder, did this to basically frame you on the murder of my other stuntman.
Yeah.
So, and like that was the whole thing with that.
Which is a really clever, like.
Yeah, because they realize that, oh, he forgets that he's mic'd.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
I like how it's like you got a wire on me. That's entrapment. It's like that's entrapment.
You're wearing the wire.
You're wearing the wire, dipshit.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not wearing a wire. You're wearing the wire.
And it's kind of funny, like, having actors play as actors. Mm-hmm. It's kind of, like, funny, like, seeing Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
Like, act as, like, this, he's a pretentious actor. So.
Right. He's, like, this pretentious asshole of an actor.
It's a little meta, you know?
Yeah. And, like, I do love it when like actors point fun. Yeah, they point fun at that sort of thing. Because, especially when Ryan Gosling, he gets the call to go to Sydney to go and be on the production for this movie, Metal Storm, and then he is in the airport. It's just this giant LED screen that just shows him going like Earth, sand. He's promoting this cologne.
Yeah.
So and like a lot of people they do that, like a lot of celebrities.
Johnny Depp,
I know, like that was the biggest thing that I thought. It was like, oh, are they doing like a Johnny Depp Sauvage like thing, like shout out type thing? And it's just like, it does seem similar to that though.
I think like the coolest thing that I saw in like the end of that that like behind the scenes reel is like they're on the truck with the camera next to it, and then there's another truck with a camera filming that truck with a camera, like a boom arm next to it.
Yeah.
I think that's like just extremely funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this whole thing of like it gives like it's like a behind the scenes, but it's the movie.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because like it's pretty much showing what goes on movie production while also filming it. Like that's what makes it interesting, is that you literally have all of these paid actors that are supposed to play as actual people that do this sort of thing, and then you've also got the people that are filming it that are, you know, the director, the production people, the writers. All these people are behind the actual camera that is filming everything. So it kind of gets into that meta of going like, oh no, my eyes have gone cross-eyed.
Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
Yeah.
So with Austin Power bit.
I love my favorite bit, like one of my favorite bits in this movie is like when they're on the beach and the pyro just goes off. Like,
oh yeah, she goes like, all right, and like the what is it, like her stagehand type of guy or her assistant goes like, yeah, so we've only got like one shot to get this because we only have enough pyrotechnics for just one take. She goes like, okay, great, that's awesome. And then immediately they all start going off. She goes like, is this my one take? Is this it? And he goes like, because she starts talking to him about like, you guys, like, you need to calm down when you talk to the staff and everything.
I will end you.
Yeah, I will gut you like the fish you are, or like the pig you are, or whatever he says. And then he also talks, and she goes like, "Oh, is this my one take? Is this it?" And he goes, so she goes like, "Oh man," and she goes like, "But it does look fantastic, doesn't it?" Like. That's what I thought was pretty funny with that. And then when Ryan Gosling gets on there, he goes like, "Oh, it's bad sand."
Yeah.
And then once the Duke goes like, "Bad sand? What are you talking about? You're just stalling." And he goes like, "Maybe." And he just goes like, "No." He goes like, I really think that what we should do is wait for the tide to come in. It'll really impact the sand, and it'll, instead of shooting for a sunrise, it'll shoot for a sunset, and we'll just flip it."
Yeah.
And all this bunch of stuff. He just goes like, "No, you're stalling." And he goes like, "Yeah, maybe, but you know, it's more of a safety issue." Because then when he's actually driving the car and they're filming the close-up shot of the car, and he just goes like, "Yeah, every single time that I speed up, I'm bouncing, which means I don't have very much traction." And she's all like, "Oh, have him come forward towards the camera." And then he comes too far and then smacks into the camera, and so the production guy goes like, keep rolling, we got 7 more cameras.
Yeah, we got 7 more cameras.
So and then she goes like, "Well, he just ruined that, so that's great." But I mean, like, if everything's digital anyway, it would just get uploaded onto your computer.
Yeah, so
because you also see it on her computer screen too, that like what the camera looks like and stuff.
And then, like, one of the scenes that really gets me that I think is so clever is that there's like a bunch of different plots going on all at once in this film. Where it's the like, it's a romantic comedy. Like,
yeah, because like you've got like three different, because I think it's three different plots, because you had the romantic plot of Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling, because they were first in love in the beginning of the movie, and then he has his accident and he breaks his back like the bat.
Oh, your buddy!
And then disappeared for 18
then he
months,
disappears.
And then she's really salty over it. So in her like in the time that like they were not talking, she wrote this film, and it's
based on their
relationship, and
because it's an alien princess and a human cowboy.
Yeah, a space cowboy.
Yeah, space cowboy.
And so this whole scene where she's making him redo takes of him being set on fire.
Yeah, and then thrown into the side of a rock.
And the whole time she's explaining like to him the plot of the film.
Yeah, she goes like, "Do you know what this movie's about?" And he goes like, "No, I never read the script."
Never read the script. And like she like at one point like asked to give him a bullhorn so she can hear what he's saying. And she keeps making him redo these takes, but at the same time, she's explaining like, yeah, she's kind of hurt that like, you know, they broke like it was kind of
disappeared.
A fling. Yeah, and
it was like a fling, or it was more like a mini fling or whatever she says.
So just to really like drive home the point of like I'm salty at you basically, and it's like
right,
like, you know, we could talk about this in private. Do they ever talk to each other in private? It's like, no, it's not really.
No, it's more like an open discussion or open relationship type thing.
Their whole relationship is based off of like double entendres and like metaphors and stuff like that. So
because then I think one of my favorite bits for that is like one of the guys that are in the alien costume, and he's all like, "Hey, can I get it?" And he goes like, "Yeah, sure." And he goes like, "Yeah, it's kind of like that one time that what was it, that he either says that he had sex with his wife's sister or something like that, or he was trying to get with his wife's sister, and he goes like, all right, and that's enough."
Yeah.
And he takes it back.
I love that.
I think that Winston Duke also like tries to kick him too.
Yeah,
going like, asshole, like this isn't about you.
Yeah, it's like but like he's got the mask on, so it comes out as a super robot-y voice.
Yeah, because he's got like a synthesized voice thing on. So.
And then later on in the film, they're on the phone with each other, and it's a split screen.
So split screen, right? Do you think that it's like nostalgic, super cool, or do you think it's a gimmick?
Yeah.
Really
I had that
like,
written down too. It's all like, hey, like I was thinking about doing this for the movie. What do you feel about a split screen? He goes, like, split screen? Well, what would you want to do with a split screen? And she goes like, it mirrors each other.
Yeah, and like she's talking to him on the phone, and she's like messing around with one of the prop arms. And
she's
like resting her face on like the big.
Yeah, she's like scratching
hand.
her eyebrow with it, with the claw. I think that was also pretty good.
It's so goofy.
Because he was talking to her about like, well, the cowboy likes the alien princess, right? And it's just like, well, I think so, yeah. And it's just like, well, how does the alien princess feel about the cowboy? And
she's on the fence.
Yeah, she's on the fence with it. Like she can't really make up her mind, really. And like it's this whole thing of them like not talking directly about each other, but they know what they're referencing though.
Yeah, it's a really clever way of doing it, because if they just like talk to each other normally, it would be kind of cringe, you know?
Because like even in the beginning of the movie when he's on the walkie with her, and so like trying to be all cheeky about it, going like, hey Jody, go to channel 2, and then like clicking it to channel 2, and then they start having their own private conversation on the walkie, and
they want to go to the beach and they want to drink spicy margaritas,
and then be in their bathing costumes.
After this, you and I could both be on the beach somewhere in swimming costumes, drinking spicy margaritas, making bad decisions.
Because she's I was going to say Australian, but yeah, British.
Are you sure?
No, she is British, yeah.
Okay, I'm about to say. I was like,
no, you're right, yeah. But so there were a couple things I wanted to point out. Was like they keep they keep playing the song by Kiss.
Yes.
Loving You. I was made for loving you.
I was made for loving you. I love that, like that motif here, because I I like that song.
Yeah.
And they like do like several different like remixes of it throughout.
Yeah, they did do a remix when like he's trying to sneak into somewhere, and like they do a remix of it, and I'm like, oh, that was actually like pretty good.
And
I
then
did
they
enjoy
finally
that.
play it near the
And
end,
yeah,
like,
and then
end
like
of the
they did a cover version of the song at the end. It's like a female vocalist. So
yeah, no, like near the end, like
yeah. It's like the big climactic thing of them getting the tape back with Ryan Gosling.
No, that was actually Kiss.
For that part?
Yeah, that was the actual song.
Oh, okay.
The cover version is I believe during the boat chase scene when he jumps.
Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah. You're right.
That's when the cover comes in.
Yeah.
It's the
that's
actual version of the end of the film.
Right.
So
because like they play it at the beginning, they play it throughout the rest of the movie, and I'm just like, okay, like we get it. It's a love story. You know, I was made for loving you type of thing. Yeah, I get it. I think that they really just want to get their money's worth. Because
I don't know.
For a top influential band like Kiss and a top influential song like this, especially for like romance, I feel like that they try to get their money's worth of going like, we only have like this, not even like this 30-second sound bite of this movie that we could only use. So let's just hammer it home.
I don't know. I didn't see it like that. I just thought that somebody really liked that song and they wanted to.
Well, it's not like
through the film.
Well, it's not like James Gunn, right? Because especially for the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, where or like Superman, where he always throws in this song that has nothing to do with the plot, but just go like, oh, I really liked this song when I was growing up, so I'm just throw this in there.
I'm kind of glad that they stuck with just one song though, because it could have been like Guardians of the Galaxy, where it's just like, okay, now
every 5 minutes there's a new song that plays,
which was kind of charming, like when it first came out, but now it's like, okay, we get it,
right?
You know,
because like a lot of people for Superman, when they're at the beach and they're trying to find out where the portal is on that island. And it's Mr. Terrific and Lois Lane. They go to that facility, and he has her in a protective bubble. And there's just like this random song that's playing, and it's just like, this really took me out of the movie, is what a lot of people said. It's all like they could have had more. Instead of having it like this, they could have had it more of just like an original score for the movie.
It kind of reminds me of. Listen, sorry to talk about Marvel and DC so much because. But we don't mean to compare too much.
No.
From like those type of movies to like movies that have nothing to do with them. But I think about like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, right? And when Ego is talking to Peter, to Star-Lord, and they're talking about Shandy, you're a fine girl, and like that whole song is basically just the plot of the movie with Ego and Peter's mom. So,
because I think they played that at the beginning of the movie too.
I kind of hate that because now all you can think about whenever you do hear that song is Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and it kind of ruins the song a little.
Or
bit.
It's like the one in the in that same movie where it's the beginning and it's Groot dancing while everybody else is like fighting the giant monster.
Mr. Blue Sky by ELO.
Right. Or it's the beginning of the first Guardians of the Galaxy when he's going up to the sphere. So
Come Get Your Love. And like, again, like now those songs are permanently linked in like the people who are Marvel fans to Guardians of the Galaxy. And now anytime they hear that song ever again, all they can think of is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
I don't feel like that's the case with this movie. Like you're not going to like listen to "I Was Made for Loving You" by Kiss and think, this
was in the Fall Guy. Yeah.
No, because it's just that type of song. But like when you do that with a big movie like the Guardians of the Galaxy, now it's like, oh yeah, this is just like a song I heard on Guardians of the Galaxy, and now it's less special because of that.
Or it's all like, oh yeah, I'm going to put on my soundtrack of Guardians of the Galaxy, and it has all those songs on it.
Because these are not even like really like obscure songs that were put into that movie. Like they're well-known, like popular songs.
And they also played the Phil Collins song too, like when she was doing karaoke. Because they were all doing karaoke.
But I really don't even... I've never heard that song before. I thought they would do... I'm glad they did that song and not In the Air Tonight.
Right.
You know,
well, I mean,
that's the one that everybody knows.
Right.
So.
Well, I think mostly for that scene specifically, it's the fact that she put on that song because it's like how she's feeling about the relationship between her and Ryan Gosling.
And it's cutting out between like when she's singing karaoke
and him trying to rescue the assistant as well as Jean-Claude, the
but
dog.
Like, it switches between but it's her vocals and actually Phil Collins.
Yeah,
vocals.
yeah.
Like that's
because
that's
like
nice.
it'll cut to her singing the song with the underlay of the actual Phil Collins, and then it would cut to Ryan Gosling do an action sequence on the bridge or whatever, and then it would be Phil Collins specifically.
And then like when he finally does get to the karaoke scene, like she's already gone, and then it's
it's Winston Duke.
It's Venti.
Yeah.
Like singing like really badly. I Hate Myself for Loving You by what's her face? The lady who did like I Love Rock and Roll, Joan Jett.
Yeah, I think it is Joan Jett.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, because like I didn't really pay attention to that. I was mostly paying attention to the fact that like he was talking to Winston Duke and he ordered a drink and he just puts his fist into it because it's all like trying to ice it.
He takes a lot Colt Seavers takes a lot of punishment for a guy who broke his back 18 months ago in this film.
Yeah.
You know, he gets tossed around a lot, which again is to accentuate the point that he's a stuntman, and he is I like how they use that as cover, like, oh, this is why he knows how to fight and stuff, because he's a stuntman, you know?
Yeah, because like that's what was actually interesting to me, is that he would be able to do all of this stuff and everything and be able to actually do it without getting maliciously hurt.
Yeah. So,
or like horrifically hurt, I should say.
Like also he knows how to stop the drug dealer from getting away.
By like so like
guard and like having him get hit by a car, because he knows how to get hit by a car. And
because I actually wanted to talk about that scene specifically, of the fact of him going to Ryder's apartment to go and like check on him.
Yeah, and it's a bunch of sticky notes everywhere.
Yeah, because like it's the thing where he's like trying to get into or he's walking up to the door and he's all like, oh yeah, like I can picture it now, what he's gonna say, go like, Ryder, why are you being such a bitch about it, and blah blah blah, or a pussy bitch, and he goes like, well, I wasn't being a pussy or a bitch, so and then he just goes like, well, you kind of seem like that you're being a pussy and a bitch, so like he goes like, whatever, and
he turns on the light and it's all I do is win no matter, like,
yeah. And it's just like, what the hell? And then, you know, he's got all the sticky notes around because he can never remember anything. Later on, that's how we find out that he has the code for the phone, because it's on a sticky note that they're looking for. And he just, he's trying to find him. And then, like, that's when his girlfriend shows up and trying to, like, kill him with the sword. But it's a prop sword. But, like, I love the fact that he gets thrown through a window and the glass shatters and stuff like that. And so he goes like, wait, is this a prop sword? And she goes like, yeah, like I'm an actress, so, you know, blah blah blah, whatever. And then and so she's like talking to him, and then he finds glass in the hoodie,
he just shakes out,
and he keeps shaking it.
There's so much in there.
Yeah,
that's a great bit.
I
do like that.
I do like Winston Duke in this movie because his name's Dan Tucker, but he just like keeps constantly quoting movies and stuff.
Yeah.
So I actually wanted to go down the list of stuff that he does, because I think that's pretty interesting and pretty funny.
Do you have the list of all the movies that he quotes?
Yeah. That's what I was going to say.
Great.
Because when Ryan Gosling comes on set, right, to Sydney for the first time, he's driving around. He goes like, because he goes like, well, you know, like I got knocked down, you know, blah blah blah, and he goes like, but it ain't about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
He's like, don't quote Rocky to me.
Yeah, don't quote Rocky to me.
It's not about how hard of a hit you can give. Oh. It's about how many times you can get hit and keep moving forward.
That's messed up. You can't quote Rocky on me like that.
And then he goes like, I live my life 1/4 mile at a time. And he also says another Fast and Furious quote too.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was.
It's like something about the finish line, like inches
Oh,
matter.
yeah, he goes like, it doesn't matter how you win, it's either by an inch or a mile, a win's a win.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That's Fast and Furious.
And then when they go back to Ryder's apartment to go and look for the phone, because they realize that it's got the evidence of him killing his stunt double.
Yeah.
And it's an accident. That's what they're trying to frame him to be, is like they run over to the prop wall and they go like, I called the tomahawk. And so like Don Tucker has it, and he goes like, no matter how long it takes, no matter how far, I will find you. And so he goes like, last of the Mohicans. And he goes like, yes. And then, so they start like dabbing each other up.
I called tomahawk.
Damn it.
You stay alive. stay alive. No matter how long it takes, no matter how far, I will find you!
Last of the Mohicans!
Ah, boy! Stunts!
I was like, I don't remember that quote from Last of the Mohicans. And we watched that.
I know, we watched it for the podcast.
We watched it for the podcast because of
Lou.
Because of Lou.
Lou wanted to talk about it.
Lou wanted to talk about The Patriot, but we ended up watching the Last Mohicans.
Well, he got confused about which movie was which.
And we didn't like it. That's the one thing I remember from Last Mohicans is we thought it was pretty boring, honestly.
Yeah, we're just like, this is like a social studies type of movie.
This is the movie that gets put on the screen when your social studies teacher has a hangover from the night before.
Yeah. It's just like, just take notes. This is basically what we're talking about, so whatever. So, and it wouldn't just be multiple days too, because like I remember being in school when teachers would do that they would constantly just be like, so we're gonna watch this movie, just take notes. It's basically what we're talking about.
Because you can't finish a whole movie in like a period, you know?
No,
so.
I think like each class was like 45 minutes long or something like that.
It's like 40 to 50 minutes. Basically.
Yeah, so it's almost about an hour. So you're not even getting halfway through the movie. You're getting a quarter through the movie, and it's just like, all right, go ahead and just turn in your notes, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. And then it's just like, but I really wanted to watch this movie, because that's how I really did that stuff too.
Like, man.
So,
but you have to leave because the next class is coming in, and they're gonna watch that part of the movie that like he has to like write down like, okay, what timestamp did each of these classes go?
Well,
through?
I think it was just like he would start from the beginning too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So, but
it's the second day, you know.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, and then like the other thing too is like he would always like make references while he's fighting. Like all the henchmen, if you will, of going like he throws the tomahawk and he goes like Daniel J. Lewis and hits him, and then he's like fighting the girl with the gun, and so he's like doing these moves and going like Jason Bourne and like cracks her arm over his shoulder to like break her wrist from the gun so that she drop it, and then picks her up and it goes like Dwayne The Rock Johnson and it throws her behind the island.
She got destroyed.
Oh yeah, she went through that island in the kitchen, and it's so great.
And that like kind of like skip jump hands. It kind of reminds me of like the very last scene where like he's like, "Go get him, stuntman!" And then like they're attacking all the stunt people are like coming in like with motorcycles and stuff like that. Like,
oh yeah,
that was awesome.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, and then speaking of like doing stuntman stuff, he has like the prop gun. And he acts like that he's shooting everybody, and the big dude with the ponytail, he just like goes like, all right, stuntman, like what are you going to do now? And so he acts like he has him at gunpoint, and then the guy grabs the gun.
He lets him take the gun.
Yeah, and then he lets him take the gun, and then he shoots him and pops him, and then he still acts like that he got shot. He falls down and he gets on the phone, and then he just goes like, he's dead, blah blah blah, whatever. And then he gets up and he just like sneaks past him and runs up the stairs, and he shoots at him some more, and then he uncaps it and he goes like blanks only, and it's just like shit.
Yeah, it's like kind of a lesson like when you're shooting a stuntman, make sure you're actually shooting real bullets.
Yeah, and
it's so clever.
And he runs outside and he just goes like, you got this, you got this, you got this, and he stops and goes like, you don't got this, you don't got this. And then he always has to talk himself into doing it, and he goes like, this is crazy, this is insane. And then he goes like, nope, I'm not doing it. And he goes to walk away, and then he's getting shot at, and he goes like, all right, fine, I'm gonna do it. And he runs and he jumps off the balcony and stuff.
You make it. No, it's too dangerous. Gotta be stairs.
But the other thing too was that scene when he goes to the club to talk to the drug dealer.
Yes.
And he just goes like, hey man, why don't you sit down and have a drink? What are you gonna have? And he goes like, get him a Shirley Temple. And he goes like, all right. And he goes like, go ahead and sit down. Like, we'll chat a little bit. And he goes like, nah, I think I'm just here to. Oh yeah, because it was like
fully glow in the dark.
Yeah, it's like a glow night or something like that. Is what it was called. And then so she goes like, "Oh, just act like Ryder," because he's supposed to look like Ryder in the movie.
Yeah, that's the whole biz. That they actually do look pretty similar in this movie.
I did like that, and so especially in the beginning of the movie when he goes like, "Oh yeah," like his jaw looks a little weird, or it's all like whatever.
It's kind of doubly funny because like Ryan Gosling is probably way more famous than Aaron Taylor
Oh yeah, he is.
Johnson
100% he is.
So it's
but
like even
even
meta
when
joke that like he's his stunt double.
Right.
It's like Aaron Taylor. That's Ryan Gosling, man.
Yeah.
Like,
right. And so like the fact that he was talking about his jawline, and as soon as he points that out, you notice their jawlines are actually different. It's like Ryan Gosling has a more narrow face.
Yeah.
And then Aaron Taylor Johnson has more like a rounded face.
Yeah.
So you kind of make that distinction, and then he goes like, oh, like, you know, people are going to see that and notice that's not my jawline or whatever. And it's just like, no, let's take it again. But it was just more of a ploy just to have him have his accident and just for him to get basically quote unquote killed off set. Pretty much. But the thing that I wanted to talk about with the whole thing is him getting drugged.
Yeah.
And then like that whole shot looks great because it looks like that there's sparkles all around.
Yeah,
and he's able to like, because he's able to deduce that they're going to like grab him and beat him up or whatever, or like hassle him in some way. And then like just the way that he was doing the hand-to-hand combat, beating the guys up and everything, because like as a stuntman, that's what you're trained to do.
Right.
So he wouldn't actually hold back his punches because he's a stuntman. But like because he's in that kind of a dangerous situation, he would actually punch them for real.
Yeah, right.
So and so like he's chasing after the drug dealer after he gets into a cab, and he jumps over the fence down that little path by the bus stop.
Yeah.
And he puts in the mouth guard and he goes like, "What are you doing?" He goes like, "Oh, I'm going to stop this car." And he goes like, "You're being crazy right now." And he goes like, "Shut up. We're just doing this because we're drugged."
I'm not high, you're high.
Yeah. And he goes like, "I'm not high, you're high." And he goes like, "What are you planning on doing, Colt?" And he goes like, I'm going to stop this car." And he goes like, "You're high right now." "I'm not high, you're high." And he goes like, "All right, well, time to go to work." And he puts in the mouth guard, and it's also like green with like dollar signs on it too.
What are you doing, Colt? You know what I'm doing. I'm gonna stop this car. Done 100 times. Keep my hips above the hood. Should be fine. You're just doing it because the unicorn told you to. You're just jealous the unicorn didn't talk to you. You know what? You're clearly high, Colt, and you're clearly sick of shit. Okay, we don't have time for this. Talk about this later.
Which I feel like that would be like Ryder's mouth guard.
Yeah.
Because like that was the thing too. I think he probably just found it in his pocket or he found it in his stuff, and he goes like, "You know what? This will actually come in handy."
Yeah.
So because I don't really think that Colt himself would actually have a mouth guard like that with dollar signs on it. So, but I don't know. Stranger things have happened. So, and movies. So I don't know with characters. But my biggest thing that I always quote from this movie is when he's being tied up at the docks.
Yeah.
And he's being drenched in gasoline and stuff, but like they're unfolding all this information, and you know, shout out to James Bond, because they go like, "Oh, like you're making it that you're a Bond villain. Like this is a Bond villain.
Like you're holding me, like you tie him to a chair next to your big boat, like some sort of like Bond villain, you know?"
Yeah. And he's giving him all this information. He's telling him all this bunch of stuff for the plot and for like his side of it. And he goes like, "Ryder, your brain runs on glucose. Like you need carbs.
You need carbs, dude.
Your brain runs on glucose." Like,
Tom, you need carbs. Your brain runs on glucose. For simple cognitive functions, you need them.
I also love that like he gets like they're gonna set him on fire. They drench him in gasoline,
and he's screaming for help.
He swallows some of the gasoline.
Well, he doesn't swallow it. He holds it in his mouth, and then he lights him on fire. And he goes like, "How's about this for a fire shot or something like that?" And then he like looks at him and he winks and he spits the gasoline on him. And I'm like, dude, that was so clever.
That's so cool.
Because like when they grab the gas canisters, you see him start to well up with tears.
Yeah.
And then he just starts screaming,
"Help!"
And then I was all like, I think this is like after he like spits the gasoline at him and he gets coated in fire. I was like, oh no, that's actually a clever ploy to actually for them to go like, "Shut up, stuntman!" Like throw the gas in his mouth and stuff. So because that would make him shut up pretty much.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and then like this was also a callback to him fighting the girlfriend in Ryder's apartment, because he is wearing his Miami Vice stuntman jacket.
Yeah.
And she goes like, "Why are you wearing a Miami Vice stunt jacket?" And he goes like, "Oh, like, it was the first thing that I worked on." And
I did a boat jump through Ring of Fire. Yeah.
Right, and I can even drive a boat while my hands are tied behind my back. And so she goes like, "Oh, like that'd be interesting." So like that was a callback early on in the film when he says that, because then he's actually able to drive the boat while his hands are tied behind his
Like
back.
this movie is basically an excuse to like do as many stunts as they could possibly.
Oh yeah,
think of.
100%. Because like they do the jump, the boat jump scene. They do the what do they call it? They call it the car roll scene.
Yeah.
So like 8.5 rolls. That's impressive. Like that type of thing. And of course, like being thrown through windows, through walls, jumping over stuff, all this bunch of stuff. Like, get hit by a car, like everything. And after watching this movie, I was all like, man, maybe I should be a stuntman in a movie.
Well, you're not going to get any credit.
No.
So. But
yeah, did you want to cut to like the end of it pretty much?
Yeah. I think we're gotten to that point. So like big surprise. It's the producer lady who always has a can of Diet Coke with a straw. I love how Diet Coke has now become this thing of like only like really like like I feel like if you're like a normal person, you're usually drinking like a regular Coke or like a Coke Zero.
Yeah.
And like cuz like Coke Zero has gotten like tasted so good that like Diet Coke
pretty much tastes just like
so like if
just
you're,
like the
if you're still
thing.
drinking Diet Coke, you're like addicted to it basically.
Yeah.
And it's like only like weird and quirky people who like still drink Diet
like Gail
Coke, especially
in
like
the movie.
if you're drinking Diet Coke out of a can with a straw.
Yeah.
Like that's her bit. And it turns out
it's also the thing that like a lot of women, because they're always wearing makeup, they're wearing lipstick, so they don't want to mess up their lipstick by doing that. So that's part of the reason why. But I also understand where you're coming from of being like, well, she's kind of a quirky character and all this bunch of stuff. And
turns out it was her like the whole time.
Because while they're driving and stuff. For the last jump scene, he's like trying to be like, well, you killed your stunt guy and you're trying to frame me. And he goes like, yeah, like it was Gail that wanted to cover it up because Space Cowboy is like my best role ever so far.
Like everybody's talking about this movie, like this movie's gonna be a banger.
Right. It's like, oh, is it Comic-Con? Yeah, Hall H. And Hall H is like the biggest Comic-Con venue to show stuff. That's why Marvel and Disney buy it every single time when they got a bunch of stuff lined up.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and then like doing the huge jump scene was actually pretty cool. Like we already talked about like how Colt gets in the car and he goes like, "Hey asshole, we're doing a shot." So she just goes like, Don't worry about it. Keep filming. And he plugs in the steering wheel to the rod, and then all of a sudden, like, because they had this thing cut out where it's supposed to be like the background.
Yeah, it's
and then he hits the button and it falls over, and then now they're driving around and stuff.
Yeah.
So he goes like, "I don't do my own stunts, you know this," because every time he always talks about like, "You are my best stunt guy," like ever. Even at the end of the movie when he's when Ryder's in the hospital, or not the hospital. Why did I say hospital? The helicopter. Yeah. And Gail's all like, "Shoot him." And he goes like, "I can't. He's my best stunt guy." Because he still has that love for Ryan Gosling.
Also, like Gail holding a 44 Magnum.
Yeah.
And just being able to shoot it one-handed. That's like a detail that I think a lot of people overlooked.
Oh yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah, and then like also given the fact that what was it? Oh yeah, she's trying to shoot at him and she keeps missing, and then he grabs the hard drive and she goes like, "Give me the gun." And he goes like, "It's not going to work, Gail." And she goes like, "Why?" He goes like, "It's out of bullets, Gail." And so she's like shooting and clicking, and so he's like flipping both of them off, and he just falls back. Yeah. And they're like, "No!" And he falls onto the giant inflatable,
like a crash pad or a landing pad.
Yeah. It's inflatable pad.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, then they get arrested, and then especially with Ryder, he tries to run away. He gets.
This is
I
the
think
post-credit
what
scene.
he gets tackled, right?
No,
or he gets tased.
Gets away. No. Did you not watch the post-credit scene?
I remember that it was, but I forgot that it was actually there.
No. He gets away, and then he goes into the field of pyrotechnics.
Yeah, that's right. And he gets blown up.
He gets blown up.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that actually. Yeah, because I do remember seeing it for the first time, and I was just like, oh man, that's pretty funny. And they also got Jason Momoa to be in the trailer at the end of the movie for Comic-Con.
Yeah, so like they just casted Jason Momoa instead of Aaron Taylor Johnson, and like you got a hint of that because on one of the sticky notes that Ryder has as a part is it Jason Momoa or is it Jason Momoa?
Yeah,
it's just like that was like a nice like sort of like hint that like he was going to be in this film at some point.
Yeah, I think fun little touch that they did in the beginning of the movie when Colt is narrating what's going on. He goes like, "Oh yeah, you guys know who Colt Ryder is, so why am I explaining him to you?" It's like because we don't because Tom Ryder. Tom Ryder is a fictional character in this movie, but
like he's acting like we know
in
who
their
he is.
world, he's like the biggest movie where
he's like Tom
Hollywood.
Cruise.
Yeah, he's like Tom Cruise, which they do actually make a reference to because when they do the 360 cam for him to be to basically just have Ryder's face on Colt's, and they're like, oh, like make sure when I'm in the movie you CGI or you deep fake Tom Cruise's face on me.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I don't have anything else unless you do.
Nope. I think we got most of the fun bits that we were talking about.
All right. Yeah, because this is just a fun movie. It's a good summer popcorn movie.
Yeah.
So, and now we'll move on to a rating on this being a rent, buy, or skip. So we'll just say if this is a occasional watch, so we'll rent it, or is it a buy? You know, go out, buy it on 4K or Blu-ray, and then put it up on the shelf with the rest of our movies, or is it a skip? It's a piece of dog shit movie nobody cares about. So I'll go first just because mine's gonna be short and sweet.
Yeah.
So mine is just I already have it, so I bought it already, so it's a buy.
Fuck yeah!
Best of the best, sir. With honors.
Yeah.
I bought it on 4K once it became available, so I was like, hell yeah, dude, like I'm gonna buy it. So I really enjoy this movie, and again, you know, shout out to all the stunt people that work on movies. You know, like the movie, the main actors would not look good if it wasn't for the stuntmen, you know, or stunt people. And like I said at the top of the show, this is a love letter to stunt people and stunt coordinators and all this bunch of stuff, because like that's why Jackie Chan has his own stunt company.
Yeah.
Because he does all of his own stunts. Same thing for Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise does his own stunts.
Because I don't think Jackie Chan does his own stunts.
Well,
now.
not anymore because he's older and stuff. But like Tom Cruise still does his own stunts in the Mission Impossible movies and stuff.
Oh yeah, but he's immortal, so
he's a Scientologist. So whatever they give him, can I have? Because you know, even last night my left knee and ankle joints were starting to hurt. I'm like, why do they hurt? I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I could use some of that healing magic right about now.
Yeah.
Oh, your buddy!
So, and especially where, you know, in Mission Impossible, where he does the whole jump sequence of him jumping from one building to the next, and he broke his ankle by that stunt, and he kept walking a little bit more, and then they had to cut that because he broke his ankle, come back, and then he's still running on the top of that building. So, no, I really like this movie. You know, it really encapsulates what happens behind the scenes of what we watch for movies. So that's the other thing that I really enjoyed about it, as well as like, you know, cheeky fun of, you know, all this bunch of stuff, goofy stuff happening, as well as like the love story that happens.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I really just enjoy this movie for that aspect. So what about you?
I'm also going to say it's a buy.
Fuck yeah!
Best of the best, sir. With honors.
This movie appeals to so many different audiences all at once. I would say that this movie is I would say this movie fits more into like a romantic comedy.
Yeah,
a little bit of like that genre, and it's like it is an action movie, but like at the center of like the plot is this whole like romance between Jodie and Colt Seavers. So,
and like it's also the thing where it's all like, oh, star-crossed lovers fall out of alignment for some odd reason, and then come back full circle towards the end of the movie to where now they are madly in love again.
Yeah, so like there's that aspect, but it's also like you said, like it like has a lot of meta humor when it comes to like making movies that like the film nerds will love.
Yeah,
you know, and there's some good action in it. Like there's the scene of him like they're they're on the truck, and then like the thing falls off the back, and then he's like skateboarding on the ground, like holding it by the hook of the shovel.
Yeah.
You know, that's a really good scene. Like,
Right.
But like I had a lot of fun watching this movie, and the fact that it is PG-13 really plays to its strengths. To the
Oh, yeah.
that, like it's accessible to.
It doesn't
the
need to
most
be like a
people
gritty
possible.
action movie to where it's like everybody's cursing or
Like we're
buckets
finally,
of blood.
We're
Or,
finally moving away from that
Yeah.
like era of like watching action films where in order for people to be like the best possible film, it has to be R-rated.
Right.
Like this is a good example. Like I said, this is a good example of a film that is not R-rated, but it's still really good. I'd buy this movie.
Yeah, this is like I keep saying, it's a fun summer movie, pretty much, because like this is a fun movie that you can just put on at any time and go like, yeah, I'm just gonna have a good time watching this.
Right.
All right, now that we're done talking about the movie and the rating, so now we'll move on to suggested people. So this is where we'll go into IMDb, look up 110, sometimes bold star review, see what other people have to say about it. So in this case, because we both said that it's a buy, it's the top of our list, we really enjoy it, we're going to see what other people have to say that didn't like it so much. So we're going to talk about 1-star review here. So The Fall Guy fell off. Obviously some people's cup of tea, but I had to bin this off. I would assume that he meant to bite this off after 40 minutes. The comedy wasn't funny. Blunt's performance was beyond blunt. Annoying's an understatement. The storyline was lame. Better off watching the old Lee Majors TV series, to be honest. I usually like Gosling and enjoy most of his movies, but this part would have been better off given to Jackie Chan.
What?
I have no idea what this guy is talking about. It was well presented from what I managed to watch, but was far too slapstick to what I prefer. Like I say, some will love it, and clearly they do from the 7.1 rating at time of writing, which would be fair. Me, I'd sooner try my own stunts at home than sit through 40 minutes of this again.
So you stopped watching it after 40 minutes.
Right.
And you have the nerve to give it a 1 out of 10 star review, even though you haven't finished it.
Yeah, my biggest thing that I hate when people do this and they say, I didn't even make it halfway through the movie. Because it's a 2-hour long movie.
Yeah.
So he didn't even make it an hour into it. Halfway through the movie, I'm just being like, this is boring. I could be doing something better with my time. Like doing my own stunts for a movie. So,
yeah, okay,
like,
buddy.
what? And like I hate people that do this because it's every single time that they go like, I didn't like this because of, it's boring. You really don't grasp the concept of it, like especially with like a slow burn type movie to where it's just like, dude, give it halfway through and then see what happens
But
next.
this isn't even like that type of movie, though.
It's not a slow burn movie, but I'm like, dude, like there's so much that happens in the first 40 minutes. Well, yeah, because like literally the first part of the movie is Ryan Gosling getting into his accident and then being a valet, Gail calling him to go back to Sydney, and then him doing the first stunt.
Yeah.
Like
it's literally the first 40 minutes. Also, like, I can see down here, like now this is actually a good idea now that I can see the screen.
Yeah.
Like for those of you who can't see the screen because
it's too bright.
It's too bright out. Like the second review that's down here also says they couldn't get through the first 40 minutes. What happens at the 40-minute mark that makes you turn the movie off? Like,
right.
I never once looked at the
timestamp.
The timestamp for this film. Like, okay, maybe I had to do it like once to be able to pause it for a second to like go up and get something. But like I came back to it, but like I never once looked at how much time was left in the movie because it was pretty entertaining to me at least.
Yeah.
But
now I'm curious to see what the first 40 minutes actually
happened
is.
In the first,
that's basically what I'm saying. Okay, hold on. You know what? We're gonna do this. We're gonna look up the first 40 minutes of this movie. Okay.
Sure, why not? It's like when this is like when like 30 like around 40 minutes is what is like near the end of the scene where he gets into Ryder's apartment, basically, and like. We didn't even talk about that one scene that was like him throwing the blanket up at her when she's trying to swing down with the sword and it like catches her.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, okay. But no, like literally the first 40 minutes, I get it. It's all set up, but it's like literally right before he goes to the club.
Yeah, right. And
that's where some of the hilarity ensues is because like,
But there's
talked
still
about
great
him
stuff that
him
happens
getting
in that first 20
drugged, all this
minutes.
bunch of stuff. Yeah, like there's still like great stuff that happens even before that.
There's a lot of things to like, so I'm not sure where that guy's coming from, but
or the other person that said I didn't even make it 40 minutes into it. It's just like, what are we doing, dude?
Yeah,
why are we watching movies then?
we got these short attention span people who like to go onto IMDb and say, I have a short attention span. This movie is bad.
I want to watch Subway Surfers while the movie is playing. Or I want to watch the Family Guy bits while Subway Surfers.
I want to watch Family Guy funny moments and like picture in picture while I'm watching this film.
Yeah.
You know, so
I'm the Logan Paul of watching movies. I always have to scroll on my phone while I'm watching something. I mean, granted, I have ADHD, so I can play video games and watch movies, but still, that's not really like an attention span type of thing, because like I can do one or the other. I mean, I watched this movie specifically without doing anything besides taking my notes. I watched Dodgeball last night while I wasn't doing anything either, so I just had it up here on the TV.
and this isn't your first time watching this movie either, right?
No, this is
But you
like
still give it
probably
your full attention, right?
Yeah. It's probably like my third time watching this. So, because I also watched it with my mother-in-law too. Because I go like, oh, I think you would really enjoy this movie because it has Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. It's a great movie, blah, 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 blah. So, like, we watched it and she said, oh, no, this was actually really good.
Yeah, I think like a lot of audiences will be able to like enjoy watching this movie, and it's to its benefit that it's available to more audiences.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So-
No, I think this is my fifth time watching it because I think I went to go see it in theaters. That was the thing. And then as soon as it came out on video, I was like, oh, man, I'm going to go and buy it. So, yeah, and then now I have it, so whatever. But, I don't know, is there anything else?
Nope, I think we covered everything. So.
All right. So, in between cutting out a bunch of stuff. So, with that being said, again, thank you everybody so much for watching, listening, tuning in, however you guys are doing it. You know, again, be sure to subscribe, like, and share, all that good stuff. And, you know, let us know what you guys thought about it. Be sure to follow us on all the social media platforms and give us a review, thumbs up, all that good stuff. And then we'll see you guys next week for something new, which we don't even know what that's going to be. So
Nope, not yet.
But, all right. So we'll see you guys next week. So bye.
Bye.